What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I got some new news reporting. Anthony Joshua has made a claim to state, according to the Sun News, that he will fight Deontay Wilder for all four belts after the Joseph Parker fight. So, he also stated that Deontay Wilder has a big mouth, So the first thing comes to my mind is, was Deontay Wilder's words or remarks bothersome? Were they tempting? Were they baiting? Because it looks like, if you want to make a fighter, if you know anything about the fight game, guys, it's the guys that are verbal about fighting the other guy that gets the fight. You know what I'm saying? It happened time and time again. With guys calling out other guys. Look at Shane Mosley when he called out Floyd. He got the Floyd fight finally. Here's Lenny Lara. He called out Canelo Alvarez after his post-conference against Angulo. He got the fight. A lot of times and times again, these particular fights have been made due to people having a verbal opinion. And that's really what makes a fighter special, is his ability to sell. Okay, they don't want a robot. They don't want a cyborg, so to speak. They don't want someone with no personality. Look at Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest fighters known to man, one of the best boxers known to man, one of the greatest guys known to man. Why was he the greatest guy, humanitarian, boxer, etc.? He was that way because he had a personality, okay? So, again, that goes back to personality is really the cornerstone, and, of course, what you do in the ring, your physical attributes, and your accomplishments in the ring as well as out of the ring. So, of course, they want a warrior. They want a gladiator in the ring, but they want a politician. They want a showman. They want someone that you can look up to outside the ring, And that's the thing about Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua has proven, he has a good image. He has a story, okay? So does Deontay Wilder. The only difference is between the two, Deontay Wilder doesn't have the country. He does not have the backing behind him. I was speaking to a lady, a telemarketer, and, anytime when I'm dealing with customer service, I'm always curious to know where these people are from, right? So, I asked her, and of course she was from Alabama, the same, and matter of fact, she was from Birmingham, Alabama. And I was like, oh, Birmingham, and I'm always trying to educate people in the fight game, and I'm like, hey, are you familiar with Deontay Wilder? She said, no, who is Deontay Wilder? I said, what? Who's Deontay Wilder? I'm boosting him up, I'm giving him insight, I'm giving, I'm making it interesting, I'm making it like she should know, So I'm educating this lady, and I'm like, Deontay Wilder's he's the I was going to say undisputed, but he's the heavyweight champion of the world. And she was like, what? Yes, he's America's only heavyweight, and been America's only heavyweight for a long time, and he's actually from I think Tuscaloosa. But she was like, oh, well, no, I didn't know that, but that's just an example of someone that that's in that state that doesn't even know who the heavyweight champion of the world is in America. That's how bad it's been, so that's an example of people knowing. If you ask someone in the UK who's Anthony Joshua, they won't have to be a boxing fan, because I'm pretty sure this woman I was talking to wasn't a boxing fan, but they would know who the hell Anthony Joshua is. So, this is like you ask anybody in the Philippines who's Manny Pacquiao, they're going to know who Manny Pacquiao is. So the problem with Deontay Wilder, he does not have the backing, but he does have the verbalage. He has the verbal attributes. He does talk a lot. He does run his mouth. He does make himself known, but he does not have the people to back him up. So when people do that, he comes off arrogant because he does not have the backing, He does not have that, he doesn't have the people behind him. So, but one thing about Deontay Wilder, he is a strong, hard-hitting guy, He lacks in skill. That's one thing I don't respect about him. But what he does, he makes it up with power. So Anthony Joshua, back to him, in that interview, he said it would also be a hard fight. And I believe that it will be a challenging fight, because it's going to be a time when in this fight, when it happens, if he does get past, Parker, because Parker's an undefeated guy, 24-0, 18 KOs. So, and he's never been down to the canvas. So it could be a situation where, will it be another David Tua and Lennox Lewis? Will it be that? Will it be that type of fight? Will it be because he's just not tall enough, or he can't get in range to hit Joshua, and the fight just goes a whole 12 rounds? Will it be like that? Who knows? This is the thing about boxing. You never know. Because, everyone's looking at the Wilder fight, but no one's really considering the possibility of Parker winning, and that can be dangerous on so many levels. So, yes, it's good to talk about the Wilder and Joshua fight. It's great for speculation, but the reality of it is the fight hasn't happened yet, okay? And he has not beat Parker, because he could very well beat Parker and Deontay Wilder. So if you imagine Parker and Deontay Wilder in there, that's a whole different fight with two totally different styles. So you got these guys in there, they're going to fight each other, and it's bound to happen. But I can tell you this, Anthony Joshua, I think, has a lot more to lose than Deontay Wilder, because he has all the belts. But imagine Deontay Wilder with all the belts, but that's what it's going to boil down to, and but I hope the fight happens. I would argue the only thing I would personally have a problem with is the location. Vegas, sure, the betting odds and everything. But guess what? Vegas will always have the betting odds. It doesn't matter where the fight will be. It's just going to matter of will it happen or when it's going to happen. That's the whole thing. They're still going to bet on the fight. I would have it in the either in the O2 Arena, not the O2 Arena. I'd have it at Wembley, because you could sell out. But, you will have problems and conflictions with the amount of tickets for the amount of money that you can sell them for. Like in Vegas, you could sell them tickets for a seat for a lot more than what the British will charge for their particular seats. Yeah, they will have more people, but at a lower rate. Okay, you won't have, they won't charge that many euros for the amount of the American dollar. So if you imagine $5,000 for a seat in the U.S., the British wouldn't charge that much for those particular seats, or $10,000, or this enormous amount of money that an American seat you could charge someone that could fly over here from Britain, and then they will pay it. And that's the thing. That's another thing. If it happens in Vegas, the UK fans are coming. The UK fans are alive. The UK fans believe in their fighter. They back their particular fighter. They back their champion. They did it with Ricky Haddon. They did it with Calzaghe. They did it with a lot of people that were meant to be. They back him. That's the thing that Deontay Wilder, again, does not have from American fans. So it is a good thing that the fight it's in speculation, because, Anthony Joshua has stated that Deontay Wilder has been wanting to fight that fight. So that fight should be done after the Joseph Parker fight. And you guys stay tuned, because I'm going to give you a video of the breakdown, the fight study, of course, of these two guys, and, the strengths and weaknesses and all that good stuff. So stay tuned for that. But until then, you guys leave me your comments, concerns below. And, of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.